Oh, we are back for number 7? My god, number 7. I never thought we'd make it this far, but we did. Let's see if we can pick up a new archetype. We have done Battle Trance before. I'm pretty sure that we haven't done White Frost, which is one of the archetypes that I like to play. We also haven't done Pincer, but I don't think Pincer is very good. So that leaves us with a nice Wild Hunt deck to play. Thanks to know for Wild Hunt. The way I like to play this is to just focus on mostly Wild Hunt units. I think there's plenty of damage in the packages, so you can't have enough control. You have to watch out that you don't overweather. One of the key cards that you are going to be shown is Archetype. The other one is going to be the Evolving Oberon. So, as well as picking up cards like this, Naglfar's Crew is going to be a key bronze that's going to appear in multiple packages and that we're going to want to pick up. It's going to play for a lot of points, and it's an engine that will grow when you play your next Wild Hunt unit, when you play your next crew, when you play your next weather, etc. So I suggest, even though we said we don't want to overweather, picking up the first copy of Archetype to start with is a good way to keep us in the Wild Hunt packages and not give us anything else. We could consider picking up a dagger for Warriors and Bloodthirst. I don't recommend picking up Francesca because I feel like, I don't know, don't have a good reason, but I think first, I'm not exactly sure what kind of specials are going to be showing up with this. I don't feel like White Frost has enough room to just be picking up random specials. I feel like, yeah, just stick to the game plan. We're going to play the archetype the way that, it's most commonly played. We're going to pick up an Archetype and continue picking up Wild Hunt units. Okay. We have to consider. We have a diamond pack in this offering, and they are Geralts, which is very, very good a lot of the time. The problem with this is that White Frost is going to be constantly damaging our opponent's tallest unit. So, if there's an engine that would usually grow tall, we would have to avoid hitting it with weather for it to be growing into Rivia or Igni, which is a problem. However, Igni, White Frost does help out that we can actually move units to be able to set up an Igni. On the other hand, we could just take the regular Wild Hunt stuff, such as Imlerith and 2 Warriors, which is not horrible. Warriors are now able to remove a 4 damage dude that your opponent starts off with, because you hit it, and then you have dominance, and the Frost kills it. So the Warriors are actually quite good. Imlerith is one of the weaker golds on the first slot. The best one I would say is Caranthir. Is that it? The 7 power makes your Frost stronger. I like that guy. Middle pack, not too bad. Onseus, I don't think we'll have a solid way to boost it up, but we have some bronze engines in here as well. I'm considering probably between, or first I'm considering, do I feel like taking this Geralt pack? I feel like in order to beat vampires, Geralts are going to be very helpful. And I'm thinking of how hard are we going to brick them in our first couple of games when we might not have the best deck set up. This is, I think, also going to be good versus Dwarves. Not too sure how it's going to do versus Imposter Ball. On the other hand, Imlerith and Warrior, dominance might be hard to get versus vampires. I have a feeling that Geralts are going to help us versus those tough matchups, even though in some other easier matchups they might be more brickable. So I am going to go for the Geralts in this case. Hey, there's the Eridan, and here we have the triple crew. So honestly, these types of packages are very good. I know that it's 3 bronzes and like seems a bit stupid, but each of these, first of all, this is playing for 7 on its own. Then it's playing for 8 because of the passive. Then it's getting +1 for turn every time you have Frost on that row, which is going to be multiple times. Like these are easily reaching 10 points. On the other hand, Aridin is going to multiply all the Frost you have, and we have a lot of Frost, or we plan on having a lot of Frost in the White Frost deck. I think this is one of the most important units you can find in Wild Hunt, and as well it's paired with some very good stuff, Warrior and Bruiser. Basically, as long as we're dodging Navigators and those guys that buff, I think we're going to be pretty happy, and so I do like picking up an Aridin early on. Another Aridin. Navigator, blah. Okay, so lock package. Don't think this is going to be the pick. Kurt doesn't even lock. D-Shackles is a bad lock. Batier is interesting, but don't think that we'll be picking him. Could transition into Madoc as well. I don't like Madoc in White Frost because you're going to have stuff like Archetype that puts Frost for multiple turns, and the whole time that's up, you're not going to be able to put Ragnarok because it's going to overwrite the Frost that's already there. I think picking up another Aridin is going to be okay here, even though I'm not in love with the Navigator and the Red Riders. Just having the Aridin is going to be super important. Okay, wow. I don't think I can pick Archetype. This is too much. Like, we're not going to be able to put down all this weather. We have 4 weather from this, 4 weather from this, no, yeah, 4 weather from this, 4 weather from this, 6 from this, 4 from this. It's going to be a lot. 1 from Warrior. I think in this scenario, probably we just take the Invocation. It'll help against Philip and Elder that we can't exactly kill with Geralt's. Okay, so Patience, usually going to be pretty bad. Double Fog Vadermaker, don't think that we're picking this. I actually don't mind picking up the Deck Shuffle package. Gives us a Vilga Force, which is going to be targeted removal against things like Elder or Philip, like I mentioned. The Eldrick is going to help us organize our Geralts and our weather properly, and the Alchemist is just going to hopefully play for a normal amount of points. I don't see this as a card that we're going to be playing in our top 16, but potentially a proactive play, which we might lack in weather decks like this. So I do like this Deck Shuffle package a lot. Okay. More bad packages. Warfare really doesn't fit in at all. Reinforcements isn't even a good gold. Could pick up a single Frost, a Naglfar, and a Vadermaker. I just don't think that this is very good. We're not planning on getting Scepter. The increasing things, like, it means that this could potentially give 2 rows of weather max. That's pretty weak for how much setup it requires. Having a Naglfar crew is good, but Frost on its own, really sad card. I'm going to consider, is it worth picking up a Kahir with 2 bad cards? I mean, Iris can potentially play for maybe 7 points, but I don't expect it to. But Kahir can be quite good. Very like win on its own versus some specific matchups. I mean, Vladimir, I feel like an Iris would be good in the Dwarves matchup, where we might struggle a bit based on the armor. I just don't, like, if I pick this pack, when am I playing it? I'm never playing the Frost. Okay, I will play the Cruise. Vadermaker. Okay, so these 2 are playable. For the Kahir pack, I feel like Kahir is going to be pretty solid in most scenarios. And then the Vladimir and the Irish Shade I don't love. Mostly the Vladimir I don't love. Let's treat Vladimir and Biting Frost the same, like we're not going to play them. Would I rather have, and let's say Kahir and the crew, well, would I rather have the Irish Shade or like a crew / Vadermaker? I would probably take the Irish Shade. Like, it really screws armor matchups. I don't know that there's gonna be that many armor matchups though. Like, outside of Dwarves, I don't know. Mostly like kills Yigurns, but that's not gonna happen that often. Plus Yigurn, we might want to Invocation or Vilgefortz or Geralt. That's true. Yeah, we have Geralt and Igni and Rivia that we're going to be targeting stuff like Ygritte with, so that's not even. I mean, obviously, Shade is better to kill Ygritte with because you get a shit ton of points, but tough to say. I really don't know that I'll be finding a target with armor. And sometimes for dwarves, you remove armor, it's not even bad. Sometimes it is, though. I don't think that it's worth teching against the dwarf matchup that badly. I feel like we already have a decent matchup against dwarves with our tall removal and just generic stuff we have so far. So I guess that I think it's not worth playing the Kahir in 2 bad cards because we don't have a lot of engines, and so the Kahir would probably get instantly answered. So I guess we're taking the weather pack, even though I'm pretty sad about it. I'll take another Eredin, man. Yeah, I mean, Dragon's Dream and Rain, this is just going to be weather that we can't really put because all we're going to be putting is Frost. And like sometimes you can put more Frost on top of Old Frost, but you certainly can't replace it with stuff like Dream or Rain. Could pick up the Tactics pack, but I feel like the Wild Hunt pack is just stronger. I know that we have probably too much weather, but Eredin is just so much better than Helga, and Joust and Council don't really inspire me. So I'm going to go for another Eredin. I feel like this deck is pretty strong. I can even supplement it with a Collar to start with, which I think is not bad, because weather, while it can be good at damaging things, sometimes there's a specific card that needs to be shut down instantly, which Collar is going to definitely help with. If I don't pick Collar, I'd be probably picking up something like Scholar TA in order to protect my Hound, but I'm not really impressed by that. I think I would rather have control with Collar. Alright, so that's the deck. We did get good Wild Hunt golds. I did say Eredin was the best one, and we ended up getting 3 of them. It's up to us to see how well we're going to use the 3 Ignis that we have. I'm not too sure how it'll work out, but we do have good removal with Vilgefortz and Invocation. I think Dodric will actually be quite useful to filter out unwanted weather, because we have a decent amount of weather in here. Other than the Eredins, we still have to use Leader for weather, and we have Ardgaith, which honestly I don't think we can play this twice, unless we play it very early on in round 1. It will be good in the first round we play it, we just got to remember to throw it away afterwards. Red Riders, I would like to use this to replay a Bronze Wild Hunt unit, just in order to reduce the amount of Frost that we end up playing over the course of a game. Bruiser is going to be quite good. It's our only card that moves outside of our leaders, and sometimes you don't want to use the leaders to move. Alchemist might actually be playable, just because I would like some proactive cards that don't overweather. And in a scenario where the weather doesn't matter, sometimes the crew is not quite as good, like in a short round 3. So we'll see. Definitely not playing the Biting Frost. We will honestly see with the Navigator, because we do have a decent amount of weather. And yeah, probably the Alchemist, the Frost, maybe the Red Riders. We'll see. Let's get into our first game. Playing against Jackpot. We've had a few Jackpot games. I think we had one in our last draft. We gotta watch out for Bincy and for Junior. Starting us off, we have Igni, which is interesting. I don't think I want to throw away the Geralt just because of Bincy. We don't have a lot of weather in this hand, so I'm not sure about this Navigator. I think we can throw it away pretty easily. And Frost, again, this is one of the cards we identified we don't really want to have, so we're going to throw it away. I think this is not too bad. I think we're going to put a lot of pressure on him, starting with something like Eredin. I mean, it's already going to be 8 power with our leader ability, passive, so it's going to be tough for him to get back dominance. And then it's going to be doing 3 points of damage, a lot. Okay, we have Seductress. Not bad. See, this is what I'm talking about. The Geralt and the Rivia, like usually you could leave this alone to grow to 10 and then just blow it up. But But right now, we just got to develop our own frosts. So, we'll see how that turns out. And I'm aware that when I was picking up the Geralts, I mean, now looking at the deck, honestly, the Geralts are going to be pretty difficult to use. But at the moment, when I was picking them, I wasn't sure exactly how much... for a horse, interesting. Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly how much weather I was going to end up having. And if you have like a normal amount of weather, honestly, I feel like these can find their targets. So we get a junior out of him, which I think is pretty good. I think I'm going to go for just another one of these in order to try and keep having our weather deal 3 damage instead of 2. I like that a lot. I don't think we have an agent in the deck, so we are going to have to wait a turn to activate our Dodric, but that's alright. Let's see what's going to happen here. Alright, gain some coins. No big deal. I feel like we just get the crew going. Crew's gonna die to junior, huh? I guess in that case we get the hound going. Could also move like a seductress and then kill the Horson. I honestly don't mind that. In that case though, we gotta watch out because we are using 2 of our movements. I do like that. We are using 2 of our movements to we are using them now, and so we won't have them when Vinci comes on the board, but he only does have 1 keycard left over. If he does use 3 coins to protect himself with shield, I think that's totally fine. This is a good time to use the Vader Maker, I feel like. We don't have that much frost left over because we didn't find the Archetype. We will see how much we use. Okay. This is okay. In fact, I don't even need to put more weather here, I feel like. I could just play the hound now. Seems reasonable. And then maybe we won't put weather for a little while. Okay. No, I'm not too sure what he's doing here, spending all his coins. I'm just gonna go for a crew here. We've caught another Yeah, probably gonna put these Geralts at the bottom of the deck, but we'll see. Oh, gain resilience. It's kind of good, no? I might just take that with Invo. I feel like that's reasonable. Yeah, I like that. I could play the Vader Maker, but then he's just gonna pass on me, so we'll just take this. I feel like we can just play whatever we want at this point, because we are up by 14, and we got some engines that can grow later. I'm thinking about going Dodric next in order to put, like, oh, he uses leader. It's a big commitment here. I don't recommend that, especially when you're that far down. It's not even a sure thing that you're going to be able to grow like this. Okay. Like, I could take a pass, but I also feel like we have an engine. We can go ahead and just play the Dodric.
I bring fair wishes from the capital.
I would like to win on even. Okay. Again, not that impressed. Let's go ahead and put something like an Igni at the bottom of our deck. And I'm gonna take... okay. Alright. Well, we did get a nice win there. I think mostly because we pushed pretty early on with our weather, and getting our Eridans on the board really helped. So, I feel like Quax is not going to be good for us. So, not a big fan of this pack, but we do have to pick something. Well, wagon and all this and armor just to set up a terror, I don't think it's going to be good. So we're just going to have to pick up 2 more crew and our Red Riders. It's going to be probably, again, too much weather. But if we get through this next game, we are going to be able to do a major reshuffling on our next one. And hopefully replace our Archetype with a different card. And after that, I think we're going to have a very reasonable amount of weather. With 3 Eridans, and then a bunch of crews and some supporting cards. Alright, we are playing Dwarves. Alright, so Dwarves, like I said, played them last run. They were quite strong. Gotta watch out for that Zoltan Warrior. Let's go ahead and see how we're going to play this. I do like the fact that I have my Ignis and my Velka Forts. Yeah, I'm just going to start off with like just dropping these crews. Not a big fan of Navigator. Don't think it's going to play for that many points. And Red Riders, maybe the Vader Maker I like less. Because if I have all these crews, I'm going to be stacking them on one row. So I don't know that I want to have this Vader Maker right now. Great, okay, Archetype, huh? Sure.
Got business for me?
So the question is, do I want to move this? Do I want to just start weathering it? Do I want to blow it up? I don't think I want to hit this with anything. Could go like Ardgaith and then Bruiser. I think that's reasonable. Give him 1 tick of this extra. Play reactively. And then, assuming he plays another unit on the front, we can set up the rest of our turns to be on both rows with a nice Bruiser. Okay. So, which one do we send back, honestly? I feel like this is more important to send back, because otherwise he just gets too much armor on this thing. Well, a little bit sad that this means that this smuggler is going to be living for quite a while. I don't seem to have a good way of killing it, other than like power frosting this. I don't want to commit a leader charge on this. So he did play it well. Usually you want a ball.
Don't ask a lady her age. It's unbecoming.
Okay. I mean, we just play this, I think. Nice. At this point, I might be convinced to use a leader charge. Kahir. Jeez Louise. I don't even mind. Like, I kind of want to like let this Kahir grow so that I can like blow it up. I want to be able to Igni this, really. So how do I do that? I could replay the Bruiser. Okay, let's do that. Okay. And I don't think that I'll use leader on this yet. Okay. Yes, yes, I understand. Okay, now we just start playing these guys. I guess we'll have this on the back. So we got a key card out of him, and it's ball, which is pretty impressive. I don't like that he's gotten a million uses out of this, but we'll see. Yeah.
We make certain the Naglfar is ever sated.
So I do like spreading these out a little bit, even though they don't buff off each other. I feel like we need to speed up the rate that we're getting points, and so we need to have weather on both rows. Nice. This is our Igni, right? Yes, perfect. And now we are ahead. We're gonna follow that up with a crew on the front. Yep.
We've caught another.
And so far it looks like our weather played out pretty well. Okay.
How can I help?
I don't feel too bad using up a Vilgefortz here. Let's go ahead and see what we pull out of his deck. Another Dane.
A superb
Okay.
specimen. Truly.
And then if he decides to commit his last card, we do have Geralt for it, because it's been buffed a million times. And if not, then we went on even, and we hold the Geralts for the end for this card. Nice. I'm assuming this is a Glace, so yeah, we just hold the Geralt. So far, so good. Don't want this. I like the Invocation. Yeah, just pure weather like this isn't going to be something we want. I think we just take it to a long round 3. Because otherwise, I feel like we are going to have too much difficulty playing weather. Okay. It's interesting what his deck's made out of. Just hand buff, aristocrats, some dwarves. Not too sure. Okay, I would love to find my golds, please. There we go. Don't know about this Viper Witcher right now. I'm looking to find Dodric, Eredin, and Geralt. This is probably my weakest card. Red Riders, I think it's too much weather. Because we have here, and 2 leader charges. Wow, okay. Yeah, we didn't find a lot of our good stuff here, sadly. Wow, 2 rowdy dwarves. I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and play my Eredin as soon as I can. Gotta get weather going. If he does have a Moonrow, then he's only gonna get the transform 1. Harvest, that's cool. Sure thing.
Swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn.
Alright, I could go for a warrior to kill this thing, but Could also just go for this. Because the warrior isn't guaranteed to kill it. I could also just push this to the back. So yeah, let's do that. Let's get this going. Yeah, there's gonna be a sad navigator, but that's okay. Oh, hello. That's a large volunteers. Yeah, I should have played that when you had dwarves on the deck, on the board, I mean. Alright. The frost turned out well in that one as well. Okay, so we could replace the Argeith with either Gorthor Gavade or Francesca. That's interesting. I don't know that I like these two cards more than I like the Argeith. So Francesca, I mean, the best use of it would be to copy Invocation with something like Red Riders and then Invocation, but that's a lot of setup. An Invocation is usually a card you want to play as soon as a threat appears, so I can't really set that up. So that's why I don't like Francesca. Gorthor Gavade, I don't know that it's just going to be as many points as Argeith. I mean, the first use of Argeith is a lot of points and a lot of setup for our Wild Hunt units. Whereas we don't clearly have a good way of using the order here. We could use it to put a weak unit that we then Vilgefortz out. But I'm just not really that impressed by Gorthor Gavade, so I don't think that I'm going to be replacing my Argeith with a new card here. On the other hand, do we want to open up new packages for ourselves? I don't actually, like, I know Gorthor Gavade opens up Witchers and Deck Shuffle, which we already have, but I don't think I want to do that. I feel like Witchers isn't what we need here. It's just going to pollute the possible packages. And then Francesca, okay, it could be something that we enable ourselves some specials, but I feel like there's a lot of specials that aren't really going to be fitting in our deck. So I think this is a skip here. Okay, Weather Pack, Vadermaker, which we already don't like, and two bad weathers. Or a Seer, which is interesting, because if we thin enough, this can help us get another card in our deck. A Fawn, which we don't have a way to set up yet, because Dodric puts it on bottom, not on top. Traveling Merchant, which is a bad card, I feel like. Or I could take a Wrathhound Taskmaster. I feel like for removal, because we have the Ignis, the Geralts, the Invocation, and the Vilgefortz, I feel like the Wrath isn't as important in this deck. And then the Taskmaster is a bad card that we don't want. So I think this is a skip as well. So the Disloyal is a skip for sure. The Weather, again, Bronze Weather and Ragnarok aren't going to fit well in this deck, so I don't feel like I want to replace anything with that. Organic, we get a Tutor for an A-Rush or a Venom. Seems very situational. I don't feel like that's something that I want for this deck, so we're going to skip again. Finally, Crimes, don't want to enter into any coin-related business. Disloyal, I don't feel like this is going to fit very well at all. And we can pick up two Crews and a Skellige Storm, which is not horrible, but again, we are focused on just putting Frost on the board, and so the Skellige Storm doesn't fit quite as well. So it looks like this is going to be a skip across the board, which is a little bit sad because I would have liked to replace a few of the packs. Would have liked to replace the Argeith, the Vadermaker, possibly the I don't exactly remember what the other pack was that I wanted to replace. I think we had one which was something Red Riders, I don't know. Okay. Playing against Imposter, and we're going first. So versus Imposter, the scariest thing they can bring to the table is double ball, and if not ball, then an Emir is going to appear. So let's prepare for that. I want to prepare for that with Warriors, because they can kill a Dame. I don't know about regular Frost. I don't know about this Navigator. I don't know about this Red Riders. Yeah, I really don't know about this Red Riders, but I think I know less about this Navigator. Okay. So we gotta open with something. Could open with the Dodric, but I like my hand here. So I think it's just gonna be opening with a Wild Hunt Hound. I don't have Frost set up, but I mean, what are you going to do about it? I did need a card to open with, but none of the ones that I threw away would have been stuff that I can open with as well. Something like a Viper Witcher Alchemist would have been a decent keep in order to just play it going first. Okay. Again, we are having some problems because our opponent isn't developing anything. So we are going to have to play our other proactive play, which I don't like. This basically means that we have to win round 1, because if we're forced to play proactively again in round 3, we're going to have a lot of problems. Alright, our opponent has finally developed some units, which means we can go for potentially an Eridan or just a crew. Depends on how much we think he is going to want to commit. So if we are not really worried about him fighting for this round, we don't have to play the Eridans, we can keep them both. But in that case, what would we be playing? Something like crew in the back, and then Vader Maker? I'm not too sure. I think committing one Eridan is going to leave us in a pretty good spot. Then we can push the other round with one other Eridan, and eventually other stuff. Only have 2 Eridans? I thought I had 3. Oh, there's the 3rd one. I feel like committing one Eridan is not overkill, so we are going to go for it. Let's see if he has anything here. I'm honestly not that upset that this got locked. I think this was not going to be that useful for us. Another lock, no big deal. We follow this up with a Naggly Crew. That's going to be getting us points per turn. So far he's played 3 locks. 2 good locks and 1 bad lock. These are actually extra good because they have 1 armor, so that actually counts for points versus our deck. Wow, okay, we have 1 key card, which I love because it's not that good. So I could do something like... Well, I could lock this actually. What I want to do is I want to play Ard and then Frost the back row somehow. So that I could play the Vader Maker, but I don't think that's going to work. I feel like just a lock here is quite decent. And then maybe play a Warrior. And then at this point, it should be pretty difficult for him to catch up. He is playing on, which I feel like is very dangerous because we're getting multiple points per turn. He's already got to play 22 and 2, and he has to deal with 4 points, 3 to 4 points from here. Oh, that's too slow. Alright, we're out of here. I feel like since we have seen 1 keycard already, the best he can do in our long round is... Wow, nice. Is a ball, and I feel like the fact that we're forcing him to commit like 20 points in this round is going to be definitely worth it. So we end up winning on even, which is nice. Now we have this card, which is going to be our proactive play, which I like. We have a very strong hand here. I don't actually know what the fuck we're going to be getting into round 3 with. Like, if we might be drawing pretty poorly in round 3, but we will see. I don't want to throw anything away here. Even the Vader Maker is okay. So let's open with this. Letho, wow, look at us playing a 10-point bronze. So Letho is interesting. It means he doesn't have it in hand. Okay, there's the second key card. Wow. That's quite good. So, do I want to pick this up? Do I think he'll be having very large units? Problem with this is if I use my invocation, I don't know. I want to start weathering right away. I'm just thinking how worried I am that he's going to be... Like, if I play this, he hits this by 6. I don't even think that's a real thing. I think I'm just going to start weathering. I'm going to save my invo for later. We'll see. Like, if we get rid of this, we do deny his seditious aristocrats. Whoa, cool. Yeah. This does have a lot of synergy. I think we just play another one.
Any lost word?
Hit things by 4, we kill the Emir. Could have even invoed the Eridan, but this was too good of a setup. Like, if he boosts this somehow, I'll definitely invo this. Take care of another good card here. So, no problem. We got more.
Are you cold, human insect? It won't be long now.
Just weather everything he plays. I do know that he has coup, which makes me not want to play these Geralts into coup. Especially like Ard or something like that. Dude. Okay.
We've caught another task.
I'm just gonna keep going. He keeps spreading up his units, so I mean, sure, go for it. I think it'll be a decent time to use White Frost as well. If he, for example, plays something on the melee row. Actually, on either row. No, but I'd like to get the Vader Maker use out here. I don't know. Whoa, okay. Hurt. Huh. So, this is a decent pickup. Just because it removes 10 points, but how do I do this? What about Ard hit?
Let's get this over with.
But I want to use a White Frost. So White Frost, Ard hit. Look at these mental gymnastics we're pulling here. Because then I'm going to try and pass. Sure. So this is just a 6 right now, and this is useless, so this is a fine time to get out. Let's see if he can catch up. That's a medium-sized glaze. Cute. He can actually get ahead by locking one of these, I think. Nope. I lied, it's only an 8. Well, good game. Again, his choice of key cards was probably the thing that made me not scared. This is why these archetypes are so important, so that you pick good key cards, so that you can actually, like, compete. Because picking stuff like Kaer Saren, like, who's gonna give a shit, you know? Alright, Brigade. I don't think we have any soldiers. Nope. So, can't pick you, sorry. Random Vabjorn with a War Clans. I mean, we have a 4 provision warrior, so could pick that. Stunning Blow is a deal 5, and this is okay. Naglfar and a crew and a Taskmaster is not horrible. Naglfar basically because we want to find our good golds. And I feel like sometimes we're missing them because we have no thinning in this deck. I like Naglfar for that reason. Another crew is always good, and I know I said Taskmaster isn't good, but and it isn't. But it might be worth taking it with the Naglfar and the crew. Here I'm really considering between the Raid and the Wild Hunt, and that's only because War of Clans has a target. But I feel like with just one warrior that we have to get into the graveyard first, this doesn't feel that good. And I don't know that Stunning Blow is really that effective in a deck that we're already dealing damage through weather constantly. Like we saw in the last game, there was nothing left on an opponent's board for us to hit with this. So I think I'm gonna go for the Naglfar and the crew, and then Taskmaster will just be there. Cool. Let's see what matchup we have for our next game. Dwarves again. Alright. Let's rephrase what we said about this. We gotta watch out for Brewer as the key card, and we gotta watch out for Zoltan Warrior in regular packages. We're going second, which is nice. His stratagem is Enchanted Armor, which is interesting. Means that this Invocation / Vilgefortz is going to be pretty good. Let's keep the Geralt to see how things go. Definitely keeping the Eredin and all this. Don't know about the Navigator, and I don't know about the Red Riders. Probably going to get rid of the Navigator before I get rid of the Riders. Alchemist, suspicious. I don't know that I want it. I think I will get rid of it. Okay. Right now, there are probably too many golds for me to reliably play Naglfar, but I can try and roll. Okay, he uses it right away. Wow. Okay, this is great. We can choose either just blow this up or wait for an Igni. I would love to Igni this so that I could save the Vilgefortz, but unfortunately for me, then what the fuck do I play? Naglfar and hope for Dodric. I don't love that. I think this is just gonna have to be a Vilgefortz and we suck it up. Hello, Skirmisher. I can choose to use Leader to kill this because this is 5 points. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. I'm gonna fight hard for this round because we have committed a lot. And I feel like it'll be tough for him to get out of this alive. Okay, a Defender. Also very interesting. So I don't see a good way of putting anything in here. So I think what we just do is go for the Eridan. He can try and escape into the other row. Okay. Don't mind this at all. And he uses Tempering. Is this enough to Igni? It is. That is wonderful. Thank you. So, I really don't know about that later ability. That seems very suspicious to me. Okay, another Defender. I mean, why don't you, huh? Let's go ahead and just put maybe 4 turns of Frost, or do we play the crew? I guess I would like some more proactive points, even though this is a worse card, I'd like to get rid of it. I'm not planning on pulling this with Invocation, because I would like to... Interesting. Okay. So yeah, he's playing pretty well. Let's go ahead and just develop another engine. I do know that this miner is going to probably go on the Defender, which is going to give it a lot of armor. Yeah, pretty annoying. I can consider going Invocation at this point. I think that's something that I might do. It's not a great card, but it's a decent card. A Defender like that. Like, I would much prefer to pick up a Zoltan Warrior, but can't always get what we want. Hey, that's a good move there. Could pick this up, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. Then probably Red Riders for both. We'll see. Don't like his shield here. I think he's setting up for whatchamacallit. Brewer, which is gonna be a big Brewer. Don't know exactly what I can do about that. I think we just play this on both rows. Hit the muscle, that sucks. But I do have a Eridan, which is hitting for 3, which is a lot. Wow, another one.
We've lived in isolation for too bloody long.
We probably just play the Vader Maker now.
Best looking storm I've charmed up in a long while.
Alright. Could go for the Naglfar if I'm trying to find my Geralt. Okay.
This is poison.
Damn. So, I don't have dominance anymore, which is unfortunate. And I can't pass, because I'm only getting 1 point here. Yeah, this is quite good, this guard. Okay, so we go for the Naglfar. I would like to
do business with you is never
not play the other Eridan. So I have Eridan and Figgis on top of my deck now.
impressive.
Alright. No problem. So we have Eridan and Defender. We've used Leader and everything, but so is he. He has a little bit of armor on this from the bronzes he played. Okay, the Navigator's probably pretty bad. Frost is pretty bad. Okay. Do I want to push this round, or do I want to go for a long round 3? Probably I want to go for a long round 3 so I can get value out of the Eridan and the crew. I am worried about his combo with Broover with 7 cards. 6 cards, I guess. But I'm also worried if I start with like Figgis, can he just get ahead of me? I'm not super confident in a short round here. I think I'd prefer a long round. We'll see. Alright. Yeah, Dwarf has some very solid bronzes. Continuing. I'm worried a little bit about Zoltan's company, but since I haven't seen any other Zoltans, we will see. Wow, okay. Taskmaster, I think, is going to be completely useless, but so might our Gaeth be, especially since we don't have a way to put another unit on his other row unless we draw the Bruiser. So first I think I will get rid of, because right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 turns of Frost, 9. I think there's no way he's going to play in 2 rows and this Archetype is going to be bricked. And then let's get rid of Taskmaster. Nice, we got a Bruiser. That's going to be very important for us. Okay, okay. Let's see how this goes. This is just going to be both of us playing engines and then try our best. I mean, this is just going to have to happen, and then I'm going to try and finish it off with something else. Yes, sir, Broover. So if I can hit this right now, actually. That's quite good. That gets rid of all his armor. Yeah, I don't know what are you gonna do with that Broover now. Very cool, very cool. Now we gotta play these guys.
Your soul will propel this launch.
Yeah, I think we're doing quite well here because we were able to shut down the Broover. Oh, shields. This guy's just blocking all our shit. Okay. I could go for replay this guy to pop the shield. I think we just, this is what we gotta do. Just keep these guys growing for as many times as possible. Ouch. Perfect, so we replay the crew? I don't know about that. We replay the crew. That's the best we can do, right?
Are you cold, human insect? It won't be long.
Okay. So it's close, but not close enough.
Your continued struggle has grown amusing.
Alright. Nice. GG us. That was pretty close. Let's move on. We're making big changes here? Yeah, huh? Again, we don't get a good replacement for our Archetype, which is really sad. Like, we could have high rolled an Oberon evolving card, and it would have been a big change for us. So, we should think about Isengrim because everything here is kind of an elf. We have 1, 2, 3 elves. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mostly the bronzes here. I mean, they are elves, but do I really want to play this instead of our Gaeth? So, we actually had no problems playing all weather, all game without using our Gaeth. We really didn't have any problems. I feel like the only thing is I don't want elf packages, or do I? I could get an Ailerin. That would be pretty good. I feel like our Gaeth is just not playable because of how much weather we have, so I'm going to attempt Isengrim. Okay, this shuffle is bad. The Disloyal, I mean, Joachim can be good, but the other bronzes are bad. So I could take an Imlerith, but I don't know what I would be destroying. Maybe like a Dodric or a Vadermaker, but not an inspiring pack. We're going to skip. Fergus double puppets. That's funny. Again, things are probably going to be too small. So Vernon Roche is quite good because it's a spy that puts 3 power on the enemy board that we can kill. And plays 2 cards, which we do want to do. But Maxi and Fury Merchants are very bad. Very bad. I think I'm going to have to skip all of this. Here's elves, but they're pretty weak elves. Another one. Okay, so we have something a bit better than a Fury Merchant. Vernon Roche and Maxi, but again, what are we going to be replacing? I don't want to replace my Eredin, so that's 3 packages. I don't want to replace my Vilgeforts. I could replace the Geralts, but honestly the Geralts are pretty solid. Dodric I could replace. No, Dodric is in the same one as Vilgeforts? Yeah. So Vadermaker pack is what I want to get rid of, and possibly the 3 crews, but I don't want to get rid of 3 crews. I think we're already probably final deck list, unless something really good comes up. So a little bit sad, but because Maxi and Viper aren't as good, the Vernon Roche would be amazing, but I can't really afford to put in these 2 subpar cards just for the Vernon. So I'm gonna skip. Lady of the Lake again in the Shields pack, despite the fact that it does not do that anymore. Yeah. Remove the Argaeth. Okay. I can see it. We have a lot of Frost. Especially with 2 Red Riders that do pretty much the same thing. Alright, I'm not a big fan of Isengrim, but I mean, I do have a decent amount of Bronze Elves. If it plays for 10, I'll be happy. Could also play it early, actually. That's kind of good. It's a proactive play. You play it early and then you play your elves. Actually, I like that. It's not bad. And you'll see, like, honestly, the Eredins are the cards that feel like the key cards in this game. Even though, like, in the past, it was the card we just got rid of because it was the weakest card in our deck. That was our key card. It's really not. Like, Eredins are carrying this. Alright. let's see what our matchup will be in the next game. Haven't played Vamps. Or did we play a really weird shitty Vamps this run? I don't know. I'd like to play a solid Vamps deck to see how we do against it. We should be okay with the Geralts. It's taking a while to find us a match. Okay, Gwent, what's going on? There we go. Our opponent will be Siege. Okay. Going second is nice. Yeah. Cooldown, you gotta watch out for Siege, pretty much. And then, I don't know what the other one is, Meve or something. But yeah, Stockpile, not a meme any longer. But I feel like with the engines, they don't have that many ways of boosting the engines. We should be able to remove them pretty well with our weather. We don't need the Alchemists because we are going second. But we also don't need this Navigator. Let me get rid of the Navigator first. And then I guess we keep the Riders. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna try. Wow.
Sometimes the price is
My boy. So, could try and kill it slowly. I could just Vilgefortz it. I'm down to just Vilgefortz this. I could move this with White Frost, which I also am down for. White Frost, and then Aridin. That's not bad, huh? And then say good luck. Pow. At 5, even if he puts it back, we can Warrior and kill it with 2 damage plus 3 Frost. I don't know how he would move it. I don't know. Oh, he has that Siege engine. The Siege Ladder or something. I don't know. I forget what it's called. Wow, he has Invocation, huh? Scumbag. That's not cool. It's the opposite of cool. Yeah, I mean, we just play like a crew. Yeah, it sucks that he got rid of our Aridin. He's committed that he's losing on even, and he's just like, I'm gonna do damage to your deck. Which is annoying. Hello, Goliath. I actually don't want to kill that. Oh, it gets us a Dodric out. That's not horrible. I just don't feel like we need to do anything here. Let's just punch it. I would kind of like to kill this Visigoda so that he doesn't move it back and then fuck with me. Okay. So could do something like, I want to get Dominance. Could play a Vader Maker. Or I could play Red Riders to boost up this and hit the Goliath. Let's play the Red Riders, I guess. So this is going to pull out my big boy, which I don't mind. It was an important card for me. Too bad this Naglfar crew isn't getting boosted. But yeah, winning on even is going to be quite good for us. This is very interesting. Like, what high power pack, warfare pack, and this is the Yenvo only pack. Coup and this and okay, so he could coup on the Aridin, but I couldn't have done anything about it. Let's see if he uses coup here. I mean, it's gonna be pretty hard for him to come back from this. So go for it, but we'll see.
Long live the king!
Okay. Again, not really impressed here. Could drop my worst card, which I don't know what it is. Vadermaker. Is Vadermaker worse than Wildhound Hound? Possibly. Possibly. How much weather am I going to have for the other rounds? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, probably enough weather that I don't know if I need this Vadermaker.
Board up the windows, bar the doors, stow the animals inside.
I don't want to pass because I'm just going to win on even. That way I can bleed the siege. Again, scary that he's got 11 charges. If he moves his back, that's 11 points. Cantarella. Okay.
Your souls will propel this.
I feel like now, probably, he does not have enough points to catch up. So good luck. I mean, he could have movement, which will give him 13 points. That'll still be 2 cards, which I will take. I feel like he's in a pickle. Still could be a coup. Yigern, okay. Alright. So Yigern is interesting because it means that this Geralt / Igni is probably going to find a tall unit. Okay. Sure, bro. You got to use 2 more charges? That's not even going to get you. Oh, boy. Yeah, okay. Alright. Well, that was a nice win in round 1, nonetheless. Okay, what do we got here? I do like Wispus Weevis Brewis. Plays for 6, and then the other ones play for 10, 12, which is quite good. Could take a Verno, half a Hunter and Vanguard, or Verno's 11. Honestly, I'd rather take this instead of the Verno. I would probably have to give up an Aridin pack, or Vilgefortz pack, or the triple crew pack. Man, I mean, this is still quite good. Just for the deal 6. Oh, dude, I'll throw the Naglfar pack in the fucking trash. Get that out of here. Forgot that was a pack even. I don't think I've used that, really. Okay, super well. This is going super well. We added another really good package of 3 Crones into our deck. Let's see what our next opponent is going to be like. Self-wound. Okay, so as I've mentioned before, this is dangerous if he has gotten into control packages by picking up Arnulf. We are going first, so we need a proactive play. Could go for Isengrim proactive play, but I do have Brewis, so that is also something. I would like to throw back you. And right now we have only 2 elves, so not the greatest Isengrim. Let's throw out something. The Hound, I guess, for later. And then the Warrior? I'd like 1 Warrior, but I also like more Frost. I guess we're throwing back the Warrior. Okay. So, Isengrim or Brewis? I mean, I have to play Brewis, so let's play the Brewis. Whereas Isengrim I can play later on. But this I have to play in round 1, basically. I didn't really think about if I need to play melee or ranged. It's a good question. Okay, that's a self-wound card. What I could do is I could just crew this. I don't like that this is going to be healing up my frost target. But I do want to develop this early. And then I can probably lock this thing for afterwards he puts more shit in the frost. I'm going to keep the Invocation of the Vilgeforts because he could have really big counter stuff, like anything that is tanking my damage. Okay. Fine by me. I think this is a decent time to just play this Isengrim. I don't think it's going to be a fantastic card. It could have been stronger later, but I wanted another proactive play. The fact that he's in Gutting Slash doesn't necessarily mean that he's in the control package, but we'll see. Now it's a bit more annoying because I don't want to sink 3 damage into this cultist. But I could potentially kill with like an Ard. Okay, that's a lock, that's for sure. Oh no, he's triggering it. Good thing we have a Geralt.
Let's get this over with.
Whoop. Could have taken it as well, but I wanted to get the Geralt to actually pay off, and then we'll use the Invocation on another important target. Because it's possible that we would have bricked our Geralt otherwise. I think I'd like to play the Red Riders just for 4 or something.
Seen it all.
Yeah.
That's some.
It's a bit overkill, but I don't want to commit either of these cards or the Ard really, so we'll see. Alright, that was good. We got rid of our worst card and we won the round. Have our full leader. Obviously we're going blue, so we didn't win on even or anything. He's used 2 charges from his Earth sign, which is okay. Don't really know what to expect. It looks like he's mostly just self-wound and not Arnhild, but looks can be deceiving. I do like that we have our Alchemist, so we can start with it. I'm going to get rid of Red Riders first, and the Navigator. Okay, so actually Dodric I like a little bit more, so that we can get closer to our more important stuff. So I'm going to open with Dodric. I do want to push this round, because I feel like with White Frost, a medium to long, like this long round like this, it's very easy to push. You can play pretty much anything you want. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to play the Viper Witcher. I don't know if I'm going to click this. Because if I click this and I get rid of the Alchemist, then what the fuck do I play? I'm just going to play the Alchemist.
Only 2 targets. Pity I put
Okay.
toxic for 20.
I'm not going to click this. I don't want to end up pulling an Eridan and then putting it at the bottom of my deck. I wanted to play some units. He is not playing any units. That's a mean, mean man. I did see a Druid, so I'm worried that he's playing double Getty. So, what do I do about it? Could just drop the crew. I mean, I'll probably have enough weather with all of this. I'm just gonna drop the crew. I do want to push this, even though he's played super denied me the proactive plays. Probably should have put this in the back so that I could end up moving something there with Ard, but probably wouldn't have gotten 3 targets for it anyway. Archetype. There we go. This doesn't actually do anything yet. So I could just go for Airden. I don't mind that. Its Adrenaline 4 isn't active. This is a card that I might consider invoing, but it's not great. It just removes more shit from my opponent's side of the board. Now it's probably worth invoing. Invo or Vilgefortz. I'll take it. I'm afraid I'm not going to get a better invo. Alright. So we've seen one key card. Now that we know he is in Arnagad, we should watch out for some other more specific control cards like Scorch. Siggy, you're right. Alright, let's Vilgefortz that. Whoa, Shield Maidens. They're gonna come out, huh? That's so many Shield Maidens! Mother, father. Oh my gosh. He had 6 Shield Maidens in the deck. Motherfucker, he was saving that. What a scumbag. Now it's gonna be hard. Ah, if I had Igni though, I could have Igni'd all of this. I think I'll still be able to get away with just like Ard or White Frost or something. Yeah, something like Frost Melee.
Lead us across wave crests. Lead us through
I want to use both of my charges here. So how's that gonna work? Move one forward, move one back, and then Ard? No, huh? Move the one forward, move the one back, and hit 4-4-4? No, and hit this 4-4. Okay. Yes.
Any last words?
And then this dies. And then we have more targets. There we go. And we're still immune to Scorch, so that's nice. Next turn we won't be, so that's scary. Fukusha, fuck you, Sha. What a scumbag, Fukusha. Alright, guess we pass, because can't really get away from this. Why did he rain the back? Oh, I didn't know how Fukusha works, maybe? Yeah, I can't do anything with this veteran, it's just gonna grow, so. Alright, let's see if you have 12 points. Scorch will do it, but we'll see. Damn, he's in Fukusha as well as 6. He has 1 dead Shield Maiden in hand, by the way, because we only saw 5. So he has 6 Shield Maidens, Fukusha pack, and Arnagad control, and we haven't seen his second card. It's Totem. Nice. Let's go. You have to use all your charges. Oh, it's not even enough. No, it is. You'll get the thing. So you gotta use the last charge. Nice. Alright. So, we're pretty even going into the last round. He has this totem, which I guess he could use to kill shit. He has a dead Shield Maiden that he's got a mulligan back, and I've got a 10 and an Arnagad. That's not bad. Frost, absolutely not. No. Okay. It's not the worst thing in the world.
I'm real good. Real good.
That's funny. I'm just gonna kill this with a crone. I don't want this to grow. Yeah, it means that we're not gonna get full value out of all this, but we'll see. I can go Crew and then Arnagad. That's probably the best. And deny him his last card. It's gonna be close. It's It's gonna be close, man. Ooh, motherfucker. Okay.
Your soul.
And a Fulmar. What a guy. Okay, then we go Arnagad. And then we just finish with this. Oh, fuck, I should have played this. Should have played this in the back. Damn, dude. Ah, I fucked up. My bad. Well, I hope this is enough. Fuck, I should have. I'm gonna lose by like 3 points. Okay, we're fine. Easy cash. Good work, us. That was way too close. I made some mistakes. Woo! Alright. Scary motherfucking Arnagad. 6 shield maidens, man. That came out of nowhere. That came out of fucking nowhere. Okay, we have an Oberon that we can finally replace this Isengrim with. Absolutely. Let's go. Another Dodric Vilgefortz. I feel like Vilgefortz is good, but the Dodric is not that good. We don't really need it. It's mostly been an 8-point proactive play for us, but that's still okay. I feel like we pass. Again, I feel like the deck is quite good. Just going to be going for something specifically super strong that I don't see yet. Mithril would also be nice, but not with this. So yeah, let's get rid of Isengrim. And there we go. This is only going to go to the second stage because we have the Geralt's neutral cards, but very, very good still in the second stage. It being used, because I think now you can choose, right? The Oberon can choose. We can use it for a second movement, which has been probably the thing we've been lacking the most. Shield Wall. Man, we haven't seen Shield Wall in a while. This is quite strong. It's got Veraxis and Gellert? No. What's the big wizard, man? I don't know. I don't know which one he is. But you know the one with patience. Alright. Let's do the usual and get rid of the Navigator, I would say. Alchemist is interesting. Not in love with it. Red Riders, though. Maybe I keep the Red Riders. If we do stick both of our Eridans, we might want to just play this for more. Wow, we got all our crones. He's got Enchanted Armor as well. Okay, we'll see if this Geralt Igni maybe pays off for us. We can like slow play a few turns. Interesting. Enchanted Armor. I wonder what he's using this for. A Dandelion? Yeah, Shield Wall can get some really good buffs with Dandelion, so we'll see if this happens. I mean, we do have a Vilgefortz for it. Or we could just, like, continue with normal stuff, like Eredin. Eredin won't have Dominance? Oh yeah, well, it'll be 8 and 8. Oh no, it's a boost by 3. Never mind. Mangonel, dude, that's a slow play. I mean, we just smack him, right? Don't know if I need to hit it by 3. I could always just go for a crew first. No, we'll go for this. Let's see, what kind of spying units do you got, bro? Even an emissary won't put this. It'll put it to 8 and we'll still have dominance, so that's good for us. We will see. I think he'll run out of shields. Like, obviously his leader will counter a lot of our frost damage, but he's only got 3 charges. What the fuck?
I would watch my
First of all, wrong row. So, yeah, what's that? Dude, I'll kill this if you let me have it. You gotta click that thing. I don't know why you would leave this here. shield. Okay. And don't click. Interesting. Can I kill this? Frost, frost. And then hit it by something. I think this is just going to be a nice little
Your soul
frosting, boys. Don't really see the objective of not pulling this back, but we'll see. Maybe he really wants to play. Okay, there we go. Seditious aristocrats or something. This is already very weird. I think he just picked this because it was with the usurper officer pack, and this is a standalone. Because I can't imagine his deck is built around this. Igni looking pretty sad, but he did play the stratagem on something that's going to be pretty tall. We'll see when he decides to play that. Wow, impressive. Not. So, I could just put armor again on this. I could go Red Riders. Yeah, that sounds great. I could also Aridin this so that it completely kills the Plunderer, but I don't really care that much about it. Yeah. This is the same thing as spawning Frost on 2 rows, but I get my armor back, so.
Is ever sated.
Okay, we got rid of his Mangonel, which is really lucky. So far, we are very ahead. We've got 2 engines and 3 turns of Frost. We're up by 5. We'd like to develop the Brewis next. Right, so we actually, yeah, because this change happened, but I wasn't too aware of it, like exactly how it worked. So on stage 2 we only get the create. On stage 3 is when we get the specific one, but we don't care too much. Okay, so we went on even, but we are going into 10 card round 2. No problem. We can lead with a Brewis and then start dropping the weather. So far, very nice. Very, very nice. This Dodric, do I even want this? I mean, I want to find the Invocation or the Geralt. Dodric is 8 points. I'm going to take some mulligan. But do I really lose the crew? I'd rather lose the Dodric. Okay. Do I have my other crones? No, I don't. They're not animated. So sad. Alright. Interesting. Okay. So he's setting up the top of my deck. Cannot imagine what is going on over there. I'm going to set up an Aridin on his face. Because I like Aridin. Still have another one in here. He might be trying to do some funny business. Whoa. Okay, so this needs to die, so we can't Igni it, so we'll just have to be a Vilga. Ooh, Master of Puppets. Good thing I don't have any bronzes right now. Good job, Vilgaforts. Probably gonna finish this off with like a Geralt Ard. Defender. Could just leave now. Defender's kind of annoying. Yeah, I can leave now. Although, Defender's going to be a nice setup for my Igni. The only problem is, like, it's still far away. I'd rather have a long round. Am I scared of what he's going to do? So we've seen Alzer. We've already seen a key card. I'm really not that scared of what he's got. Master of Puppets. And this was probably one pack. Courier and Plunderer, they're not striking me with fear. I feel very comfortable just passing here. I don't want to deal with this defender. Well, I'll take a long round with an Igni. Alright. Whoa, that's not enough, my dude. Oh, okay. Third leader charge. Big news. I like that a lot. What the fuck? You weren't able to make 8 points from hand? That seems very bad news for you if all of these are less than 8 points. Okay, nice. We got Invocation. That's a bad card. That's an okay card. He's got no more shields. Oh, we drew the Airden. Alright, do I want to take this mulligan? I mean, not particularly. I don't mind the warrior. Okay. So this is looking quite good. Hey, you remember this guy? I remember this guy. Airden in every round. That's gotta hurt our opponents. This is as broken as Zoltan Warrior. This is a 8 deal 6, which is pretty much the same thing, and it's kind of an engine because it's gonna be engine-y with your other Frost. War Council. Let's see what you find. I really don't know what I could possibly be afraid of. Another defender in the other row. Suspicious. I mean, I do want to take this, but I also kind of want to just blow it up. I think I'd like to save my invocation for something that I need to kill immediately, and I can always just move this Covenant and then invo whatever is behind it. So because invo is like my only direct damage thing, I'm gonna keep it safe. Hello, Kahir. So I can't actually, well, oh, I can. No, I can't. This is at the end of turn, so this is gonna grow. I was thinking of ways that I can kill this Kahir. Okay. I could just move this. Yeah, I could just move this. That's probably the simplest way to do it. And let's go ahead and punch or boost. Let's just put more Frost here so these guys keep growing together. I'd like to get this Weavis down so that I can have deal 6. It's looking pretty bad for my opponent. Anna. Okay. Yeah. This is a boost crone, right? Okay. I would have liked for the Covenant to get hit so that I can start working on blowing it up. This way it's going to grow by 2, it's going to be a bit annoying. But after it grows by 2, I think I can Warrior it. And then Wispis it. I think that'll do it. Invo. Good. That's a good decision. Uh-huh. So again, I kind of want him to get into Igni range, so I think we just go Oberon. And we go for the Hound instead of Navigator. Navigator is boost by 3. This will boost by 3 over the course of the game, I feel like. Yeah, our opponent's out of here. I understand. So, that was Wild Hunt. Very, very solid. We got a little bit lucky with the golds, but even without them, the bronzes, such as the crew, are the crux of this deck as well. We did have some problems with overweathering until we got rid of our Gaeth, but I still stand by my decision to pick it up first to make sure we have our Wild Hunt packages. Again, our Geralts were sometimes a problem, but a little bit less so when we got rid of some weather, and when we face stronger decks, then the Geralts actually are able to get used, such as in our game versus Selfie, which is probably our closest game so far. So, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and who knows what type of archetype we will get in our next run. See you later.